Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever time zone you find yourself watching. We have a special guest today. So today I cannot misbehave.
Yes, you can.
I cannot misbehave.
Yes, you can.
I usually misbehave. I change my tongue and then misbehave. So today, it's something I
Don't do that.
I will try,
Don't do that.
So without wasting much time, I introduce to you, Miss. Please do us the honors and tell us your name.
I'm Judalyn. You call me Jay, though. You guys call me Jay, so I go by Jay.
All right, hello, welcome, Miss Jay.
Thank you, guys. Y'all are extra.
I know, especially me. I am so extra.
This is so extra.
How do you feel?
I do, Charlie. I just did everything cool.
Nice one. So, how has your week been, Jay?
Oh, actually, no, I'm not cool.
Oh.
Okay, we'll come to you because you say you're not cool. It means you're on a whole different level. You got to pull up something. But hold on,
Okay.
let me ask our guest.
Okay.
She's our guest.
Okay.
So, how you feeling, Miss Jay? How's your week been so far?
My week's been good. My week's been blessed. My week has been productive.
It's good.
I'm excited because I've been working on some projects too. So I like when I'm productive.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
sometimes, and the week went by fast.
Yeah.
I know.
When you're productive, it went by fast.
This week
When
went
you
by
want it
fast.
to go by fast, it doesn't go by fast.
It takes the time.
I
Just
agree.
go
Yeah.
slow.
Yeah, but it's been pretty good, love. Ending
Usually
it
we
good.
talk about anything interesting on social media you want to share.
Anything interesting on social media
that caught your attention that you feel like
that I felt like I wanted
you
to
want to
share.
give your opinion about it.
Talk about it a little bit.
Oh, no, I
No.
no.
This is
Nah, I can't. Well, you know what? Let me say this. I think something that, we were talking about is around, I saw an article about, people this woman who basically took a hammer and like beat her kid to death.
Oh.
And then I was reading the comments and then somebody made a good point because you see a lot of time now, like people are hurting children.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody made a comment around people who want to have kids, who could take care of kids, can't have them, but you people who freely have them that. So that's really a little deep. That's why I say, But I've just been seeing, it's been getting my attention because like children are getting hurt more than usual.
I agree.
Yeah.
As a present advocate, a good present advocate, I agree.
Yeah.
I believe back then there used to be this kind of ick where if you say you're a lady and you don't want to have kids, we're like, why?
Yeah.
Now I'm okay with it.
Yeah, because of the foolishness that's going on. It's not a safe world here.
I've come to peace. I've come to peace with it.
For sure. Yeah.
Because
for sure.
There are some people who are just know where they'll be.
Agreed. Agreed.
Being parents.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Because of that, we have created a whole cycle.
Yeah.
That is going on and stuff. So like, I definitely agree with you. Like there are some people who just don't deserve to be parents. Mm-hmm. They find themselves in situations, they put themselves in places where they're not supposed to put themselves in, that creates whatever happened. And you put an innocent child into situations where he or she didn't even ask for it.
Yeah. Oh, you have people who have not grown up themselves, became parents. So now you have children raising children, though you're 30, 40, 50 or whatever. But if there's a child in you, then you can't do that. But that was it. So that was a little heavy. But otherwise, my week was great. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
I'm not on socials
about
much.
to go a little bit heavier.
Okay. Well, you can.
So,
Why am I being tempted not to ask you how you live?
no, but I mean, at the end of the day, we still have to highlight that.
So tell me about your week.
I wanted to say, rest in peace to
Daddy Lumba and all the
that Lumba is last week. We already did that. The government officials that passed away a couple of days ago in Ghana. That were on the helicopter on the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me personally, I really want to acknowledge and sympathize with. I sympathize with them, but the kids.
Yeah.
16 of them.
Wow.
16 of them passed away.
Oh, and that was a different situation.
Yeah, there was no light shed on that.
Oh.
So for me, sitting here as a mother, I feel that I can relate to that more. I mean, not that their deaths are not, it's really disheartening because they were burned beyond recognition. So my heart goes out to their family and I sympathize with them. But the children too, I feel that they also deserve to
I like it.
change.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one tragedy of the other.
It has been a rough week in Ghana.
It has. And I heard yesterday another accident happened.
Yeah.
So the whole week basically has been tragedy after tragedy. So
Yeah.
But that's the world we're in.
I didn't want to reach out all later, but he said the spirits are mad at us.
Okay. I mean, that's what a lot of people are saying. You know, the spirits, the bloods are crying and all of that. So,
But he was talking about in terms of his car, though.
So the blood of the car is crying.
He said the spirits are mad at us, but we are not focused on the right things. We are focused on his cars.
Okay, I mean,
Well, okay.
whatever.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we.
Yeah.
It's a good deal.
But I mean, as far as that, I think he just needs to let go and let the system or let the process. Yeah.
Yeah.
He talks too much, that's all.
Yeah.
Let's talking. Let's about. But he won't stop.
No, he won't. Anyway.
So how was the rest of your week? That was
Rest of my week, yeah. As I agree with you, the week went by fast. As a soccer fan, I don't know if you guys.
Hey, of course this family is
I'm a Manchester United fan.
Oh,
And I had a hell of a week.
okay.
Yeah, because our team had the worst season in history last season. And not just that, we are also going through some financial crisis. But funny enough, we have one of the biggest fan base. And and because of that, we have so much money behind the scenes, but we pretend as if broke. But this transfer window, we have been splashing the money out there, and the other teams are like, wait to the moment to us that you broke.
Hey.
And like for me, this is so much fun because there was this particular team that
You ready for this season?
there's this particular team that has every credential to get all the best players that they want to.
Yeah.
But they keep going for those players and the players keep coming to our team. Even though we had a bad season. So it's like, the people are like, that team is, the fan base of that team are mad. But at the same time, they don't understand why my team is also doing. But I think
The players are following the money too, right?
I mean, it's not the money. Yes, the money, true, I agree with that, but it's about the heritage too as well. Because Manchester United, a lot of people don't know, Manchester United have been a team that has been there for past years.
Okay.
And one of the biggest huge, the situation that happened where one of our planes crashed the past in Munich.
Yes.
And because of
remember
that, it gave us a different kind of fame as well, popularity. And that's how the fan base, like, well, one of those people, we have the most followers on all social media platforms and stuff. So, I mean, yeah, but as a soccer person, I had a blast this week when it came to that. I'm waking up every morning, waking up to news. Yeah.
Good deal.
All right. So you guys, you sure say you're done?
Oh yeah. We're done.
You sure you're done with the football stuff?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Now let's get down to business.
How was your week?
Yeah.
My week?
Yeah.
Just hectic.
Yeah.
Why?
Dramatic. Hectic. All the tick.
All the tick.
Well, I mean, it was good. It was good, except for the fact that, you know, the people that passed away.
Yeah.
I think it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we all have to do is just pray. Cover ourselves in the blood of Jesus and hope and pray that nothing happens to us.
Amen.
And that's
Amen
what
to
we're
that.
all grateful for. To be here alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listen.
For sure.
Amen.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, God forgive us today. We're about to go dirty. So, to ask the question, I hope, Ms. J, you're comfortable and relaxed to talk.
I sure am.
I mean, she has a mind in front of her.
So we're going to pick her up. Do you think relationships can survive without sex?
No.
And why do you?
And you saying romantic relationship, marriages,
friendships,
partnerships,
whatever,
situationships,
all the shit.
Okay, because the situationship, it wouldn't survive without the situationship,
Right?
Because that's what it's for.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But no,
That's what the situation.
Yeah. So I think, so there's two different things. There's intimacy and then there's sex.
Right. I
Right.
agree.
So a relationship can survive with intimacy, and it depends on the values of the two people if it can survive without sex.
Right.
Because if you have somebody that's asexual and you have another person that values just physical touch and connection, something like that could work. But majority of the people, I'm going to have to say no.
Okay. Cause, there was a conversation that we're having and somebody was like, marriage, relationship and all of that ship thing. Sex is 80% and 20% is just, whatever else that comes with it. And right. And I'm like, I don't agree. I don't think sex is a major part of the marriage or the relationship. There is more to that than sex. You know what I mean? So what if
I would say flip it.
Okay.
I would say flip it. And I would only say flip it only because sex is more. When people think of sex, they only think the physical part of sex. You know that. You talk about that. But if you think about it, is that sex is also transactional. I can get sex from anyone.
Anybody, yeah.
So what makes it unique that it's 80% of the relationship if it's everywhere?
I think they say that because of how much attention sex is having now.
We glorify it too much.
Yeah.
Well, it's always been glorified. I don't know if it's not been glorified.
But it's like the way it's being pushed now, like literally everywhere you go now. Like if you go on Twitter, you can't go on Twitter and not come across something crazy out there. So I feel like because of how it has been publicized, that's why it's been given that amount of attention where it's like if sex makes 80%, I don't think sex makes 80%.
It's not 80%.
I definitely think it makes it.
Statistics don't even show it's 80%. Right. So I don't know what that's
what I'm saying. For me,
I think that's whoever that is a personal preference of people.
I think it's just 20% of sex is 20% of it.
I strongly disagree.
Hey.
Oh, please let me know why.
Strongly disagree.
Okay, so let me understand why you're saying that.
I mean, there's no research to back what I'm saying, but I mean, from experience and from third-party experiences, I think sex is a major factor in relationships. I don't know the ratio, but I know it's a major factor. So it could be 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, but I don't think it's 20% of a relationship.
Would you agree that 20% is also intimacy? So if you have 20% intimacy and 20% sex, and the rest is values, connection, and so forth and so on.
So you're saying that like 40% for intimacy and sex, and then 60%?
I'm saying 20% sex, 20% intimacy, the rest is values, spirituality, family, expectations, so forth and so on.
I'll flip it. I think it's the other way around. 30% intimacy, 30% sex.
Y'all should have told me to bring the stats. I could have brought it for y'all.
And then 20% and all those other communities. But I think that like sex and intimacy is major in relationships.
Sex.
And you think it's 80%?
Okay.
I mean, it could be 60, 70, but I think it's a higher ratio.
Okay. So, Pami, what's your take on that?
Me, I think sex makes 80%, yeah. But I put sex and intimacy together, 100%. In terms of the intimacy part, if you want to separate both of them, putting the physical aside and the intimacy on the side, I'll definitely say intimacy has more percentage though. Like if I'm going to divide the 20%, I'll say 50% goes to intimacy and 5% goes to sex, the physical activity and stuff.
Do you know majority people? Let me ask you guys this. How would you define sex?
It depends. It depends on.
Do you identify penetration as sex?
I define penetration as sex.
Right.
I prefer intimate. The intimacy is like, I believe like the foreplay, the cuddling.
That's a form of sex.
That's right.
Cuddling is a form of sex.
Yes.
Cuddling is not a form of sex. Cuddling is intimacy.
Right.
But foreplay is a form of sex.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
We lead into that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you see, that's the thing about it. A lot of African men don't
we have struggled
differentiate between intimacy and sex.
And I think that's what lacks in our culture is
you know what I mean?
because,
because they believe that being intimate is just having sex, and intimacy comes in different forms. Okay. And I think we've spoke about it here. Intimacy might be, your wife is in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're there helping them, having conversations with them, rubbing their bags, rubbing their hair, touching them and all of that.
Smacking them when you walk by.
You know what I mean?
Yes, all of them.
They're sitting on the couch watching TV, you're with them, rubbing their backs and all of that. Sometimes even combing their hair, brushing their hair, doing stuff. That is all part of intimacy. You're bonding right there. It's not only just all the time.
Yeah.
Bam, all the time.
As somebody would like to say, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, bam, 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 bam. But no, that's not it.
But can you blame them though?
Why not?
Because I go based on the introduction of sex.
Go ahead.
Because I, for one, my introduction was, of course, through pornography. So you see that pornography is not intimacy.
No, hold on. Let him finish.
Pornography doesn't highlight intimacy.
Okay. It highlights banging.
Yeah, there's a bang. So the men see that, we go for that. And as you said last week,
transactional, I should say pornography.
Yes.
Introduces.
Back to the conversation we had last week. Women crave for intimacy more than men because of the emotional side of them. Men aren't that emotional. As I said, most of the time it's just a skill for a man. For women, it's not literally a skill because it's a part of you. So for us, we have to learn how to be intimate. But for women, you crave for the intimacy, the bang, 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 based on the conversation I've had with other women, the bang, bang is alright, it's okay. But most of the time, they're looking after like the bang, 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 the cuddling, the pillow talks. That's what crave for. That's the intimacy. The man, he just on the bang, bang, bang. He has orgasm, he's done.
But the thing you're talking about is that when most young boys, so you're talking about men being introduced to pornography, young boys were introduced to pornography first, specifically in African and Caribbean culture. And when they were taught sex, they were only taught the bam, bam, bam. They would, and sometimes they don't even know how to even use it or what even turns them on. They believe that I've had a man who was 30 years old. He was from Nigeria, and he finally admitted to himself that every time he would pretend to orgasm, because he really didn't understand what the sensation and didn't even get a high out of ejaculating. Yes. So for him, there's different ways that he orgasmed that was not through penetration sex. But he was taught that only through penetration sex is how he's supposed to enjoy it. So I say that to say, to your point, is that I don't think in African or Caribbean culture, we were taught to, it's not that African or Caribbean men can't be intimate or not interested in intimacy. I think they they don't know, and they're starting to actually be more into it than the woman is, to be honest with you. There's a shift that's going on as well. But I think it's what you are introduced to is what you practice. But a lot of time, we don't even have conversations. Did you have a conversation with your dad about sex? My mom signed me up for school and that don't tell you nothing. So you left with the same age and trying to figure it out.
Right. But then again, right now, I think they have sex education at schools. So our kids are going to be exposed. Oh, yeah.
They do, but it's not the way that they have to still do a better job at it. They're still doing the foolishness. And the kids, by the time they're in the 6th grade or in the 5th grade, they're already performing oral sex on each other.
Right.
So, what are you they're not talking about oral sex. They're not talking about what comes with oral sex. They're not talking about, the different things that can happen with oral sex. So they're not even talking about sex still. They're just talking about basic penetration sex, and they breeze through it. And I know because I've been around teenagers enough to know they're not having the conversations. Talk to you have children, talk to your daughters about how they're talking about it.
You see, and that's the thing. I'm old school. So certain things are uncomfortable for me to talk about. And my daughter, the other day, she said something. She's 23, of course, she hasn't. And I think something slipped out, and she's like, oops, why am I talking to my mom about this? And I'm like, I don't know. So you see, I'm not comfortable for her to come to me and say stuff like that. But I'll be open to that. But I will not bring that conversation. I have to have a conversation with her.
And that's the problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
I
Because
know
the
that
thing
is a
about it
problem
is
because-
people are left to figure out connection and intimacy and realize that they spend a lot of their time feeling empty. Feeling empty in the sense of you can have amazing, powerful sex only if somebody educated you and show you what it is to pleasure yourself. I remember when I first lost my virginity, I hated that shit. I'm like, there's no fucking way that it's supposed to be only a man who's be this excited. Like, get the hell off of me. What the fuck is just happening here? And then I'm bleeding and all these food. Nobody talked to you about these things. And I remember going into a sense of like, this cannot be it. Cause if it is, I'm not with it. So I'm a kind of person, if I don't know something, I'm going to read about it. I got all the books you can think of. I went to the library because I couldn't bring it home. And I got the Kama Sutra. I got how to really understand my body. What is a vulva? What is my breast? What is the sensation of my breast? What is my neck? And I literally start masturbating to see what I like. And then it took a while for me the next time I had sex to be like, okay, well, let me take control of this real quick. Because it's not going to be, oh, you're going to bend me over. No, we're not doing it because that don't work for me. So it's walking through that and me asking my partner, what pleasures you? And he never had nobody ask him that because we were 21. Well, 19 years old. So in a sense of like, he doesn't even know what that means. So it was more like, okay, well, are you interested in learning? So it became that. But if you don't have conversation with your daughter or with your son, they will think that they cannot get pleasure. There's only one way to get pleasure, or they won't even know how they're also, I would say, sharing their spirit and their soul tie around with somebody, how that sometimes that connection alone can be powerful.
Soul tying and I do
so
that. But going into details as to when I'm doing a proper sexual and I'm telling people all the things that you can do as a woman, how you can please yourself, you can do all the things.
Yeah.
But that's
you should have those conversations with them.
do. I mean, like I said, I do have it with certain people, like grown-ups, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm comfortable enough talking to my girls about that.
Let me tell you how your girls are learning about it.
Don't you also...
Megan Thee Stallion is teaching them that.
Isn't it also like a cultural thing?
I'm telling you.
Shouldn't you weigh your kids? Because, in the event that you want to teach them about sex, you might also end up piquing their curiosity.
Right.
You're not careful.
Right.
You think you're being as open and being as
I've thought
detailed.
about all that.
As detailed as possible. But you could end up piquing their curiosity. I mean, if this is what mommy is saying,
Let me go try it.
Let me go try it and see and experience it for myself. So it's a very...
I don't know what world and universe y'all living in though.
There are kids that are like that. I mean,
based
on what they hear, they want.
Even as an adult, I have friends talk to me about sexual stuff. A toy. And we spoke about it. We had a lengthy discussion about it. And out of curiosity, I wanted to try it, and I did try it, and I loved it. But
is it a rose?
Ain't nobody else.
Not the hateration on the rose though.
How that
Don't overuse that though. Don't overuse the rose though.
Really?
No.
Okay.
The rose is rosing. The rose is rosing on the side of the rose.
And now they have a little pillow.
And the bullets is bullets in.
Yes.
Yeah, the bullets is bullets.
Hey, I swear down. You don't say that today.
The rose is rosing. The lipstick is lipsticking.
The underwear is vibrating.
It vibrates in.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Bullets and lipstick and things.
Yeah.
We the men are fighting against technology. I'm telling you.
But
so imagine if a woman has gone through all this thing before meeting you.
More the reason to teach yourself though. Right. But more the reason to even teach yourself about yourself though. And you find a lot of men who actually became fascinated around that to pleasure themselves and also pleasure their partner. Yeah, but I want to be real.
To be pleasuring themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's more sexy to see your man pleasuring himself before being intimate with you. I don't
talk a little bit more about that.
I mean, that's for you.
What do you mean about that? Talk a little bit more about that, though.
I've had conversations with other women that are also interested in that. I.e., your man will just lead and play with himself whilst you equally play with yourself. And you are enjoying. You are so local.
Yeah, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Don't worry.
The guy's not serious.
Yeah, what do you see me play with myself?
Okay, now I know what the
Don't listen to it. Don't listen. It's not the fault. It's not the fault. It's not the fault.
One thing I know about a man, if that man ejaculates, forget it.
Is it? No. It depends on the man's stamina though.
That's true.
Yeah, there's still some men.
Very few.
Some men, they can stimulate themselves, but the minute they touch you and or penetration happen and they're inside of you, it doesn't matter. They can still orgasm the same way. It just depends on their stamina. It's not over. Now, for some men, if they're masturbating, even, self-masturbating can put them out and be like, okay, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Wait there.
and I mean, again, it is sexy to see a man
Good deal.
themselves
Right. And then come and pleasure
and
you.
then come and pleasure you.
I'm still trying. Sorry, I'm still.
Me too. I'm trying to imagine.
My brain is imagining
Yeah.
Okay.
how it looks like because I can see a woman please herself. I've seen that.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Have you ever pleased your partner? Have you ever pleased yourself in front of your partner without having sex with her?
Oh nah,
Penetration sex.
I'll be shy.
Okay.
I'll be shy because the only way I'm turned that for to myself
Why?
is a man is in your own corner.
In your own corner.
Yeah.
But how about she say, babe, I want to watch you masturbate because it turns me on and I can also orgasm watching you.
If you've not seen me shy before, that day she see me shy.
You see,
But that's limiting the possibility of the connection.
I have-
Because remember, sex, you don't want sex in your relationship to just be stagnant and constant. You want to ask your partner, what are their fantasies? What are they interested in? What are some different ways you could do that? And for some women, like AJ's talking about, they can actually orgasm out of watching you self-stimulate.
that brings me to, I have a friend.
Nah, though.
Wait, don't go watch porno.
Some of the guys will say it is all for porno.
She enjoys her partner playing with himself. And that turns her on so much.
That she orgasms.
Yeah, so in the process of her almost reaching climax or whatever it is, she goes like, baby, come on inside of me. Like, you know what I mean?
Before he reaches climax.
Before she reaches.
But you see, you don't know the threshold of the guy.
Well, I would think she would know the threshold of her husband, who her partner.
You
whoever
don't want to tempt.
So you mean to tell me that
By the time you say, baby,
you
come,
cannot
then the guy,
hold
he
yourself
finished.
from coming?
Yo, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm a kid at 6th grade right now. Talking about sex. Sorry. Nah, but
By the time you say, baby, come, he finished.
it's true though. Look, I hear you. I hear you guys.
When he says, I hear you, mean
I hear you. But knowing my boys and as soon as you shoot those bullets out,
Oh, game over.
But I think the other part to her friend who enjoys that is that she probably watches her partner and have observed when he's about to climax. And then right at the tip where he's about to climax, she is saying, hey, I want you to climax inside of me.
Yeah, you see, and
So I think it's just a connection, the relationship of how you know the person.
knowing your partner,
Yeah.
knowing how well both of you connect.
Yeah.
You understand? If I know my partner, I know, okay, at this point, this dude can just bust out any minute.
Right.
I know
Right.
what it takes and how far he can
Exactly.
go. You see, it.
It's not his fault though.
You see, yeah,
It's not his fault,
let me
though.
tell you, I'm a guy. Look, you don't know our timing.
So
we ourselves don't even know.
You know
right.
that.
Right.
Yeah,
Let me tell you, the other day you said women we have power. Let me tell you how powerful some women can be. You know we can stop a man from coming.
How you gonna solve it?
Elaborate.
You see, when your man tells you, "Oh, baby, I'm there," and you when they tell you they're there, there is a way that you can distract them from not coming.
But I forget one.
Wait, but no, I agree with her though. It does happen though. It's not.
I don't know the kind of guys you play around with. How do you stop? How do you stop from coming? What?
Producer is having some time, bro. I don't know why there's that camera out here.
Let me tell you. You need to be on camera though.
You guys, no, you guys need to teach us. Like, how do you stop a guy?
How do you stop a guy from coming? By having a conversation and tell people don't come. Wait a minute. No. You see, if the man is ready to please you as a woman, he is supposed to listen to you. Both of you are supposed to listen to each other.
I think
if he's self-stimulating with his hand, by holding his hand,
holding his thing.
No, you still have him. Hold his penis. You put your hands on top of his hand and you look at him. As you talking to him, you yourself, he's already at the tip of ejaculation, and you can slow down his ejaculation.
There you go.
Even if
the person is inside of you, even if the man is inside of you, even the man is inside of you, and they tell you, baby, I'm about to come.
Don't come.
You can tell them. You can stop them from coming.
Again, I hear you, right? But I'm going to go this. You see, you said something, and I feel like where we have jumped a little bit ahead of ourselves a bit. So I would like to bring it back a bit. It depends on why the person is having sex with the person. Is it under a relationship or under a situationship? So if I am having sex with someone, it's a one night stand. Of course, I just want to get my night out, and that's it. So you can't come and tell me, don't knock.
You're not going to be
But I think you onto something though. If it's a transactional sexual relationship, there's not much. It depends on how. If it's the same person, that's your situationship. Then you guys have established a relationship on, what your kink is, what you like, what you don't like. But if it's somebody you met at a club and you're like, look, I'm trying to bust a nut, you're trying to do yours, we want. No, that's not going to happen. If you're in a relationship with someone, there's more control and more understanding of what the kinks is.
I agree. So I as a man, I thought the holy grail, the holy place to be is when normally they say if the man has stamina,
a stamina
stuff, you can go as long as you can. Because some men sometimes you have to dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
We also can get there. Or that I sincerely disagree on that point, but for most people, that's where their holy girl is. For me, I believe intimacy as well.
Yeah,
that's why I don't believe in one night stands. That because I believe when you have conversations, you bond with someone, and everything is slow pace. I like to have sex with music, so music in the background, go according to the rhythm and stuff.
Yeah, that's intimacy.
That all plays a part.
Yeah,
you see, and also making the person feel comfortable as well.
Right.
But I don't lie. When it comes to those days, where Charlie, I just want to pass the nap, and I'm about to get there, you tell me to stop. I'm sorry, my ears are blocked. My ears are blocked.
That's a joke.
You see, producer, it's not a joke. Okay. Again, it all comes down to the partner that you're with. Okay.
Yeah.
If both of you are on the same freak level, there are certain things you can do.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Manage each other.
And I think that's the point that I think AJ is making around the fact that this is not something you can do with just anybody.
Right.
This is someone who is at your sexual level.
Right.
Like you said, your freak level. And it's also someone who their body, they know your body, and it's intertwined. So I think when what AJ is referring to is not just a transactional relationship. I think it's more of a relationship. And there's a right time for these things to happen. If you're just having a quickie with your partner,
ain't nobody got time for that. No. Quickies and all of that, but we're talking about when you're taking your time to properly be intimate with your partner.
Yeah.
And I'm talking into you go, where your eyes are going to be rolling back and all of that. You can still, you just don't get it. It's just the right person. Knowing the person that you're with, there's certain things you can
But there's also sexual maturity, right? So I think everybody's at a different level of their sexual maturity and sexual openness. Right. So there's people who are traditional. There's people who are, okay, on the edge. Let's kind of push it a little bit. There's people who are your adventurous people. Hey, YOLO, let's try it. And then there's people who's into your kinks, right? So into toys, into role plays, into different. So I think sex has different levels and different levels of sexual maturity. I think if we're talking about culturally, how does that play a role? I don't think we are taught to entertain sex outside of traditional sex. And I mean traditional in the sense of penetration, laying back, and then all of that.
So now you have settled down, and I'm gonna let us stay there for a bit. So live in a climate where men are looking for virgins.
In this day and age, okay. Okay.
Everybody has a choice. you guys don't know how their choice.
When said this virgin, somebody whose virgin are you? Okay, go ahead.
It's not your business. I want my virgin. Right? But yeah, like find a place where people are looking for a certain kind of partners. Also look at the religious aspect of things as well. Because I feel like religious wise is some of the way. Because of religion, that's why some people don't have good sex. Because of the stigma that comes with exploring sex.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the same time too, I also kind of understand one thing. This thing I really understand like to a certain level, where I believe why in the Bible God says we should have sex before marriage. And it's not because of...
You say you should not.
I believe.
Okay, yeah.
I said we should. I understand why.
Oh, yeah. That we should not have sex before marriage.
Because I believe that if you as a person, before you... Let me try this. Like, for example, before you tested this wine, you didn't know how this wine tasted, right?
Correct.
I didn't know how much this wine tasted. When we drank it, we understood how it tasted.
Exactly.
The same way. When a man and a woman meets... She doesn't know how sex tastes like or feel like. The man doesn't know how sex tastes like or feel like. They have sex together. Their experience is their experience, and it's to them.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like today the main reason why we have this kind of conversations is because people are so promiscuous with their sexual life that they have experienced great and wonderful things where they use something called abuniki. Do you know what abuniki is?
What down abuniki?
Abuniki.
Break that down for me. If it's illegal, then
It's
I'm
like
not
an
really...
appointment. It's like an appointment. And it really burning. Like vaporize.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the intensify that say yes.
So
okay.
there are some people among us, she's not here.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right.
And you know, Tapra.
The feathers. Yes.
You stick it up in your butt and just go.
Yes. You go down with it. Yes. I'm very so this exploration of that.
So you see, they have explored all those
things. Right.
Again.
But you're not mentioning.
I don't mention this. I just said.
So what you saying, it kind of take away when you do get that husband or that wife of really exploring on sex because it's already been explored, and the other partner who is the virgin is at a deficit.
Yes.
Because technically the partner has already explored these different things.
So many things. And that's where...
I mean, that's fair. Also, I've worked with married couples who still struggle that they're married in their sexual life because of religious reason. And I think one of the perfect, because the Lord knows he was doing it. One of the perfect chapters I like to read is the Song of Solomon.
Oh yeah.
The chapter.
Oh yeah.
Solomon was getting it. Okay. Like he was, because if you really think about foreplay and intimacy and sex, he's talking about that chapter 1 to chapter 2. I said, okay, Solomon, hold on. But that's what I use when I try to teach men who have this block in terms of like there's certain things they feel like they can't do because it's not clean and you're not supposed. This is your wife. This is not a hoe on the street. This is not transaction. But I'm like, if you're really going to be biblical with it, actually know and read everything that it says around that.
I think preachers use the Bible verse that is convenient for them.
Agreed.
They don't really use what they're supposed to actually use in teaching. Because I know a pastor that would be like, why should I go down on my wife with the same lips I use in reading the Bible or teaching? And I'm like,
so yeah, that's the stigma that comes with it too.
Yeah.
do you want somebody else to do that to your wife?
Exactly.
You see, but then again, why are we making it look like everybody must be sexually adventurous? Why can't we accept? Why can't we accept the fact that you are sexually adventurous does not necessarily mean I have to meet
your partner
you
might be
exactly.
But that's why you. But that's the part about getting.
You have to understand that not everyone
That's what
wants.
you learn.
But that's also.
What do you mean?
Hey.
Marriage is
But listen.
Marriage, relationship, and everything. Relationship leading to marriage, and marriage that is already there. It's already.
Why
established.
can't you also
You are
learn?
supposed to compromise.
Why can't you also learn?
You also supposed to learn who you marry.
Yeah, but why can't?
So that's the no.
Wait,
First off,
why can't the woman? If I am the man,
then you marry that woman who's at your level.
wait, hold on. If I marry a woman above my level, right? Why must it be me who must come up to the woman's level and not vice versa? Why can't it be the woman coming down to my level?
Okay, so basically you're saying she should lower her libido.
Exactly.
Does that and then
So if I
how
don't-
realistic?
if I
So
don't-
let me tell you. So let me.
her feelings should be stuck.
So I want to say something. I want to say something though. If we're married and we're in a union, we're what?
One.
We become what? We become what? One. So therefore, does it say I become below you? Do I become above you? The goal is to meet you where?
That's the point.
No, but that's not the point you're making. She doesn't have to go down. You also have to go up. And she has to go to your level. It's meeting in the middle of it. So it's not her going down to your level. It's you also challenging yourself because you married a woman that you knew was more sexually advanced than you were. So therefore, she cannot denounce who she is the same way you cannot denounce who you are because you have a lower deficit. So she has to find herself going down to a level the same way you have to find yourself coming up a little bit of the level so you can meet each other in the middle. The problem that I do have is the fact that you cannot marry somebody knowing who they are and expect them to change who they are. Then that means you're not that's part of the equally yoked. You're not marrying somebody within the same value system as you. And the value system does include sex. It does include family. It does include social. It does include health. It includes everything that matters to your core. So therefore, I ain't done yet because I'll let you give your time. So give me my time. I'm going to claim my time, sir. I'm going to claim my time. So therefore, the problem with marriages,
So please,
thank you. The problem with marriages and the problem with relationships, we kiss one person, we get into the infatuation of people and the passion of people, but we don't know who we are marrying, and then having an expectation or put a pressure on yourself that you either meet up to a standard that's not in agreement with who you are, and vice versa.
No, you see, you are talking based on the premise that you knew your partner before.
You said it, sir.
Wait, hold on. No, I'm saying that you knew your partner before you married it. There have been too many situations where you knew the person before you married, but experience and life teaches the person new things. So don't forget that. There's also that possibility. So I knew
agree.
You were just on my level. You got exposed to some certain friends like AJ and I who use Aboniki. Now you want to use Aboniki.
Now you want to try.
Now you want to, now you want to
try new things.
And so now,
but now you're speaking something different though.
No.
Now you're talking differently though.
Because your argument was based on the premise that people are going to be on the same level forever.
No, your argument was that you meet someone that you would, then he said when you meet someone that you know is advanced and she knows that you that way. That's what you said, sir.
No, because you can't
So I'm following up with that.
No, the fact is, regardless of.
But if she's talking to friends or he's talking to friends and they're like, oh, I heard AJ and her partner try this. We should try this. And then your thing is like, well, shit, I'm at this level.
No matter who you meet, you cannot meet somebody who's on your level. I mean, you hardly meet somebody who's on the same level.
Yeah.
There's a level of sacrifice.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. You have to.
But that's the point that I'm making with
in
you.
relationships and in marriages, you have to compromise. You meet each other halfway.
Right.
Okay. So if she's more advanced than you are,
Yeah.
you tell them, probably it's a process. It's going to take me a minute to get to where you are.
Exactly.
But, I'm willing to, meet you halfway.
Exactly.
It's not that you're only stuck in your own ways.
That part.
Yeah, but
I mean, if there is use of ice cream, there's use of ice, there's use of cream and all of that. Yes, okay, I'm not used to that.
Ice cream is okay.
I don't want Aboniki in my house. You can't make me want to give her.
But that's your preference. That's your preference, though.
I'm not talking about.
What's your
You
preference?
see, and that's why I go back to the Bible again. I'm sorry to be a religious person. But you see, that's why I agree with God there. Do not have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
Because if the woman has not gone through that roller coaster of a lifestyle, or the man has not gone through that roller coaster of a lifestyle where I put the key and I he is not going to come into a relationship or a marriage with that.
Onyamios. About to have a conversation.
That's true.
Onyamios. Okay, first.
It's very true.
Because if she hasn't gone through that experience, he hasn't gone through that experience, that's the first experience they have is sex.
It's with each other.
Unique.
It's where yeah, for sure.
That's why it was the name. I feel like boys have not had, I feel like if boys had opportunity to be one lady and have a certain interaction with, do appreciate that woman more than how they lose with their opportunity.
Oh, for sure. But they're not taught that, though.
Most guys,
majority of them are not taught that.
Most guys don't have sex with virgins for the first time. They have sex with women who are already been around the time.
She's a season.
But you see, Pami, the same logic I said applies. Yes, so you may start on the same level, but we're all different people. So you may start on the same level, not knowing what sex is, but 2 years fast forward 2 years, she may have a bigger appetite than you. She may be more adventurous than you, even though you started on the same.
But you all grow together.
But
you
so
can't.
Thank you, Paul. That's the point that I'm making. I don't think he's making.
No, you can't grow.
You can't be sexually compatible with somebody before you get married.
No, you can't grow at the same level. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but okay, let me ask you this. So do you think when you're going into get married to somebody or when you're in a marriage, do you think that you have to be sexually compatible with the person or you have to be emotionally connected to the person? Which one?
I mean, I think it's a mixture of both.
Okay.
Yes, sexual compatibility and emotional compatibility.
Okay.
I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's both of them.
Okay.
And that's one of my difference to what the Bible preaches, because I think that Jay, you would know that better because you're a therapist, but I kind of think that one of the major issues that marriages fall apart on is sexual compatibility. Because
that is an issue, yes.
Yes, you marry the person and either the person has a high libido and you can't match up, or you're not catering to the person's sexual needs and the person wants to, experiment with other people and all that. So, and the Bible says, thou shalt not fornicate. So how do you measure? How about
meeting
compatibility if you don't try?
How about you?
If you don't try
your partner halfway? By understanding each other.
How do you?
So let's say when you say how do you meet somebody halfway or on the same level?
Bible says no adultery or fornication or whatever it is.
No, by listening to your partner. So let's say, God forbid, but let's say Jay and I are married. I'm a man, she's a woman, and I'm more freaky than she is, or she's more freaky than I am. So she wants to be touched a certain way. She wants certain things to be done to her in a certain way because she knows herself and she knows her body. I'm not on that level with her. So as her partner, I'm supposed to listen to her and follow suit. So that way I will make sure that she's okay.
Okay. I'll cut to ask a question. How do you feel if a guy comes, like you're trying to get to a man and stuff, and right after the first sexual interaction with him, he tells you that, you're not his type because of his sexual stuff. How would you feel about that?
Like he's higher,
like maybe his sexual experience. Like for example, let's say
he's more advanced.
He loves blowjob, and you are one of those where you don't love blowjob. How do you feel about that?
If it's somebody that I want to be with, somebody that I want to build something with, teach me.
So you'll be open to learning.
I'm open.
But to his point is the person is saying, hey, this not gonna work. This not gonna work for me because you're not at my sexual level. I respected me. It would not hurt my feelings one bit. It won't hurt. But a lot of, but a lot of people would, to your point, would actually try to convince the person.
Right. Now, okay,
but yeah.
Let me, okay. That's
And I think that's out of
do you
insecurity.
think it's something that you can teach me. If you're not willing and ready to teach me, then we're not meant to be.
But I'm sorry, because I've had a first-hand experience with this, and I've sorry, the ones in the medical field where they say, "Oh, you can get throat cancer," or blah blah blah.
That's them.
Yes, so that's the asset, right? So you can't convince them to do that because they already also have the educational belief.
The theory. There you go.
Yeah,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So it doesn't work. I mean, you walk away with that.
Willing
Yeah.
to learn or say, "Oh, I'm ready to learn, teach me," or whatever, and for whatever reason, their beliefs or whatever, they're not willing to learn or anything. They're not open-minded. So then it's not for you. You understand? It's not for you because we are partners. You learn me, I learn you. Teach me, I teach you.
So
when it comes to sex, we're supposed to learn each other.
So where does the sacrifice part come to that? For that one?
Okay. See, I always
Sacrifice for which part?
Like, let's say it is I'm coming up this based on the mindset of they haven't had any sexual interactions until they got married.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure
So
out.
that's where that's upcoming. Like the man says he likes because I have,
And they already married.
yeah, already.
Okay, so this is not a relationship we met and got you. So she's like, I'm not into oral
I'm going to
sex.
say because it's oral sex and he wants oral sex, so because of that, yes, the ways.
No, you don't. You see,
I had a couple who come see me for that. So
In
I'll tell you how we
marriage,
handle
that's
that.
where, sometimes couples therapy comes in. You go see a therapist and you talk things through.
So as a therapist, how do you handle that?
I actually had a case like that where the woman felt like oral sex was dirty. It's not something, it feels like it demeaned her, demeaned the character, and her husband enjoys it. And he's had previous partner that he liked that. And we had to explore her beliefs of where that idea come from and then walk her through, does she like to get stimulated? And come to find out, she actually don't like to get stimulated either. And when he stimulate her, she tolerated because she believes that's something that's supposed to do. But in our session, she learned that she also doesn't like that. So it really came down to she was shamed and heard her say that a woman who do things like that is not a respectable woman. So she's believed that.
Okay, so basically it's something that was
It's a traditional from that.
Yeah.
So therefore, in this particular situation that I'm talking about, we end up saying, okay, is your husband clean? Do you know his status? Who else is he going to share this? Who's going to be disrespecting you? Who's going to feel X and Y and Z? And then some people, honestly, it become to a point where they themselves cannot get themselves to perform oral sex, and they cannot get themselves to actually perform on their partner. Then you slowly walk through the sensation of what it feels like to actually, what is the discontentment to touch your partner's penis or private part? What are some contingencies and things that we can put in place that will bring about the same type of stimulation? So if it's a man who's having a hard time performing oral sex on the woman, a suggestion could be, okay, what about finger stimulation or other self-stimulation? Would you be open to that? So like that could be the compromise for that. If it's a woman who's having a hard time performing oral sex on a man, are you willing to stroke his penis? Are you willing to help self-masturbate? So then that becomes a compromise. So
Interesting. That was
and then if it comes down to it, where I've had people who in their marriage off of sexual connection.
Oh wow! I mean, yeah. People like
They
that
have.
these days.
I mean, they have. They simply feel like, and that's an important factor for another party. And then they feel like this person cannot meet their sexual need, and they also don't. Their urges to go out and step out on their partner was high. So instead of they had an agreement that both of them agreed they didn't tolerate cheating. And if it came to a point where they felt like the other person would have to cheat, they would end it. That was their agreement, I guess, prior to marriage. So even coming to me, trying to work through some of the difference that they had, she just came to the conclusion that they're not sexually compatible, and they ended up ending the relationship.
Actually, there was a situation like that. I was on another podcast where this story came up, and think about it makes you laugh. So one of the ladies was a pastor's daughter, and there was this couple that you're going to get married, but before they even started dating and stuff, they actually said they were going to have the sexual interactions. So throughout, they didn't have any sex, nothing. They got married, and they got married. It's time to do the do, and the lady finds out that he has a small dick. And now she goes to report to the pastor that hey, Mr. Mas, weapon is not as large as I thought I wanted it to be, and stuff. I'd like to go for a divorce, and the pastor actually blew the divorce.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. And I think I've said it here. When you're dating somebody versus when you're getting married, to for me, I feel you need to test drive.
I'm in agreement, sis.
That's my personal opinion.
I'm in agreement. I don't like. There's certain things that I don't like to be surprised at. Okay, let me tell you, I don't like the certain things though. I don't like surprises though. Okay,
I thought I was supposed to.
Look, Jesus knew what I was going to do before he knew what I was going to do, so he knew his daughter. I already told God, you know your daughter, okay?
Yeah.
So I don't know about the though.
See, they were together for a long time. They were talking and blah blah blah. The man was just showing himself like, oh, I can do this. I'm this. I'm that.
Talk, and they're the main one. They're the main one.
So the girl was so excited. So they decided
she was ready.
We now gonna have sex till we get married. So like
and she got played. She got played.
Went on their honeymoon,
and she got played.
Oh, sister girl called crying.
She got played.
Crying like somebody done die.
It's a nightmare.
So what are you guys saying that that part of the Bible needs to be looked at again?
Yeah, I think we need to talk to God. So let me tell you.
They say judgment is coming. The world is coming.
We're not trying to. You do it and then you're gonna go.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. God know we're gonna look. Eve ate the apple. He knew temptation arise. He talked to us about tempting, but he also know we are tempters. We are sinful people. So I'm not saying or condoning, but I do believe that this is just my own personal relationship with the Lord, that he knows us better than we know ourselves, and he knows what we're going to do before we do it. So therefore, I don't think you can hide anything from God and know the expectation.
There's certain therapists that when you go to premarital counseling, they tell you to do that, to try that, because
I mean, of course, it's depending on whatever the partner presents and what they want to do. So if anyone is exploring a curiosity, then I've heard some therapists encourage the other person to do that. I personally feel when people come to me for premarital counseling, if one person is a virgin or they're sometimes none of them are virgin, but they decide to practice abstinence, for whatever time. And if they're both okay with that, we explore their fears around, okay, now how is this partner or how things gonna be? But at the same, I don't feel like it's a therapist or anybody else's job to tell a couple how they should proceed.
They give recommendations.
That's to give an opinion, and that's not my job. You don't pay me to give opinion. You pay me to meet you where you at, and I'm gonna meet you where you at. If y'all decided y'all want to be abstinent before marriage, I'm gonna support how that's gonna look like for y'all. I'm gonna support what the wedding night is gonna look like. I'm gonna support some things you should be surprised on. What are some questions you have about your partner's history? What are some things you would like to know are they into? When we get married, how do you want your wife to be in the bedroom? How do you want your husband to be in? We have those type of conversations. My job is not to be like, I suggest you get it in and test drive this. Now, have I listened to some stories and be like, damn, he gonna be disappointed as hell. Damn, right. She gonna be mad as hell. In my head, I say it.
That breaks me. Do you
it's
more fun to marry somebody that is on the same freak level as you?
I think you should marry anyone that meets your values, that you're compatible with. So to answer your question, if you know that you want a partner that's on the same freak level as you, then yes, I think you should marry somebody. I don't think if you know that you have a high freak level and you want to get with a virgin or you want to get with somebody who's not sexually experienced, then that's a risk that you are taking.
Okay, I'm going to take the role of an African man.
Okay, take it. Take it, bro.
I know I've had certain conversations. I've had certain conversations with certain guys, and that's okay. And some of the women as well. And because it's a situation where men are not being freaky with their wives, but they are being freaky with other people. Right? Like they were very freaky during
before they got married.
And stuff. And I think you spoke about it too, where we have some men have this mindset of my wife is the prize. I don't want to treat her as like one of the OF fans or fans for the old people. That's the old
You see, he being disrespectful. He disrespecting your life. He's disrespecting your life. I got you. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I mean,
Okay.
Anyway.
I got you.
So he doesn't want to treat his wife like an only fan. Model or whatever it is. Right? In that situation, because there are times where like women also want to get to that level, but men don't want to push to that level because they feel like if they do those things, the pedestal they've put a lady at, they're not going to see her as like that anymore.
Who's not going to see us that?
The man.
First off,
true. Yeah.
let me tell you,
I'm a lying.
When you
true.
your partner, no, it is, and your partner. Nobody should put anybody on a pedestal. They're not a statue. They're a human. So that's something that we learn to break, but it does happen. And I also think, I'm going to send it back to you. Okay, Mr. Spiritual Man out here. Is he honoring his wife in a way that he should honor his wife by withholding and or putting her at this standard? Because biblically, what does it say? How should he treat her and how should she treat him?
Why you say honor?
I mean,
Why you say honoring? Can you elaborate on the honoring part, like in terms of sexually wise, in terms of like?
He said you should please your wife as much as your wife should be pleasing you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I mean,
so how does that work? That he put on a pedestal, he was a freak with everybody else,
right?
And she wants to explore certain parts.
You see, that's the thing. That's where I find an issue with. And there is this couple that honestly, I look up to so much. They talk about everything. The man respects the wife so much, like adores her, but at the same time, hello, freaks. They use like, she's my queen. When we all on the outside, she's my queen. She's I protect her. I place her here. But when we get in the bedroom, ooh, Chad,
like porn stars.
She just freaks me out. She is my freak.
What the porn stars, literally.
And I'm talking, she is a freaky. But when you see her on the outside, that's my queen right there.
Yeah.
You're going to respect her as my queen. But
Yeah.
what we do in the bedroom doesn't
apply. But I think the thing with certain African men, because Caribbean men do the same thing too, I think it's the idea of marrying a trophy and not a person. So then,
I mean, a wife is a trophy though. Yeah, she.
I mean, even if she's a trophy, so
If she's not, we'll not be doing all the weddings and stuff though, or paying bride price and all that.
Yep.
You see where you're coming from?
I don't want to be nobody trophy.
well, no, but I think to you, go ahead, sir.
No, the trophy is not in a negative sense.
Yeah, but like
The prize, like
the price. I mean, don't mess with the other price.
Okay, so then why? Okay, so
No,
if
but
your
being
wife
the
is
prize, but aren't you a prize too, though?
price.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So to that point around, somebody being somebody's trophy and you not seeing their essence and who they are and not allowing to be themselves. A lot of times I think what happened when I do, you know what's interesting? And I shared this with him as well. I've had an influx, and he's heard it, of African, Ghanaian, South African, Sierra Leone couples are now coming to therapy. And it's a lot of the common things that shows up: lack of intimacy, communication, lack of sexual intimacy, infidelity. And a lot of these men, they're treating their woman as this prize, but then you're going out to get what you can get from her from somebody else.
But what about if she is also acting away? That's where she's okay at.
Well, she's actually not okay with it. That's why they came to see me.
No, but no, I think no, and I mean, Jay, I beg to differ on that. You see, the thing about it is that most African women, when we get married, we are too comfortable. We get too comfortable, get too complacent, and then
agree,
certain things slip right through our fingers. Because we have the title of Mrs., we forget who we were to them. That got them to be like, okay, I want to make this my prize and stay, married.
That is a common thing that happens.
So we are so comfortable. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm the prize. I'm the missus. So anything else? No.
Yeah.
Once you become the missus, don't forget that you were a girlfriend before you became a missus. Yep. So whatever it is that you were doing as a girlfriend, keep doing it.
Yeah.
You understand? Even if you're not able to do it a whole 100%, give him at least 80% of it. Because there's a reason why he married you. You see? And if you're giving him what you were giving him that attracted him to make you his wife, the chances of him going out, I mean, don't get me wrong, there are dogs out there that will go out.
Yeah, but to say that some of them, so to your point, I completely agree. But the recent change that I've been seeing is the fact that they're not even talking about, these men are not even talking about the dissatisfaction. So the woman is not even aware that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Okay. And there are things that they actually enjoy doing.
But the thing is,
so
some men or some women don't listen. Okay. If your man will come to you and complain. Okay. And this is based on personal experience. Again, I am part of it and I'm not excluding myself.
Yeah.
We get too comfortable, and when they are complaining, we don't hear them. Okay? We don't hear what they're saying, but we want them to hear us. So we have to listen to them. If some men will come to you and complain, this has changed, that has changed, that is not what we were, that is not how things were. Can we try to fix it? Some women, I'm the missus, or so what? I don't want to listen. No, it doesn't work that way. So that is when some men, they talk about 1, 2, that's it. They're not talking about it anymore. Then they start looking elsewhere. Then the woman, when you get to find out, then you start blaming him. Did you check yourself? Did you know what you did? Did you listen to what he was saying? Did you pay attention?
How did you check yourself?
I think I started checking myself after my divorce. And honestly, I always tell people, I'm not going to blame my divorce the whole entire thing on my ex-husband. No, I played a part.
For sure.
I played a part. So I own up to my part. And would I let the same thing repeat itself if I should get married again? Possibly not. I will not take certain things for granted.
So that means it changed you in a sense of even relationships after your ex-husband.
Yes.
Are you more intentional about listening?
I think I'm more intentional about the people, like I like them, they like me, like we are, we like each other, we're on the same level. I'm more intentional about that.
Are you having conversation with other women about that experience?
Yes. Oh, yes. People that are close to me that bring stuff up. I tell people, listen, marriage is not, you see, women, we make the whole. Women, we make the whole. We build the home. And when the home that we build, we can destroy with our own hands too. The very hands we use in building the home, that same very hands, we can use our same hands to destroy our home.
But I thought that they say after election, no campaign. So like whatever you were doing, to get a guy.
This guy.
You see, and that is the thing. There is a man that says
Whatever
that.
you're doing to get a guy, you don't expect that.
No, that is what. It's not even women that says that. It's a man that says that. Said after election, there's no campaign.
Whatever
And
the
trust
guy
me,
was doing to get you don't expect that guy
Yes,
to do it.
that
Yeah.
guy-
Because I also because I think but I think they are some of them do actually change though.
Yes.
So I hear you that yes, majority of it can be also on the African woman, but it's also I think the men also change as well.
Of course.
So I don't think it's solely on the woman. I also think it's the fact that ain't nobody talking no more. No, people
but
stop
people-
talking
no,
after
but
a certain
the-
point.
the
And to
blame-
your point, people don't listen. No, but I do agree. I do call out women. Yeah.
do play we do play a part.
Yeah.
We need to also check ourselves instead of blaming the men all the time. Yes, men do change.
Yeah.
Yes, the man that you dated maybe 10, 15 years ago, it's not the same man that you married.
You both change.
That's why people do.
The stamina is not there anymore.
Yeah, that's why most people.
So after one round,
whatever.
Okay.
That's why
All
most
right.
people
All right.
do vow renewals.
All right.
You know why? Because as time goes on, every year you become a different person.
Both of you. Yeah.
You understand? Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You become a
Yeah.
different person.
Yeah.
So you get to know your partner
Exactly.
as time goes on. You
Exactly.
study each other. You
Exactly.
Get, okay, she wasn't like this, but now this is the need. Okay, what am I going to do?
Then you both adjust to such.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Exactly the point I've been making from the onset that experience will make people change.
of course, of course.
Even like Pami was saying from the beginning, like even if you have two virgins meeting together and having sex or consummating their marriage or whatever, 5 years post marriage, it will be different because one may end up having a very high sexual libido than the other, or one may end up being very adventurous than the other person, and then you'd have to find that compatibility.
Right.
So because there are no guarantees.
That's where meeting each other halfway comes in, compromising.
I agree.
That's what-
My only thing is, we sometimes make it look like the person who is more adventurous is expecting the one who is not to come up to that level. So as long as
it's a
there's
process.
That's important.
as long as there's that mutual agreement, that it's not about one person stepping up, but it's one person stepping up, the other stepping down. Then that makes
That is where that's a problem.
you see, because people always go, he can't do this, he can't do
together.
that, he can't do that. But
We
you
are
also
growing
should learn.
together.
But I also
you
think
should also learn to understand that the person may not be able to do it. How do I come down to the person or meet the person in the middle?
so. Why are we assuming that it's the man who's the down and it's not the woman who's the down?
I'm talking about
In general.
That's not the assumption for me. I'm saying that regardless of whoever the partner is,
Right.
we shouldn't make it look like once one partner is up there and the other is not, it behoves on the one that is not to come up to that level.
it comes back. It comes back to sacrifice again.
That's the part that I'm saying.
So that's why we go back to the beginning of the conversation on what's the percentage, what's the ratio, and I go back to say like sex is 20 and personality is 80 for me because I've got where I am in life. I've got to find out that there are certain characteristics in human beings that you can identify now. So I'm willing to sacrifice maybe my sexual experiences for that. Would there be time that I might regret it a bit? Yes. But at the same time too, it's like I have to go for it. It's like for someone who wants to be a doctor. All your other colleagues are pursuing your other careers are using 4 years to go for college, but you have to go for 9 years or 8 years or whatever it is. But you know that it is worth what is coming in the future. That is the same thing where I feel like a lot of people are finding it difficult to balance. Because me in particular, I always say personality first because to get to a time we'll not be able to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
And I have to live with the person who your personality is.
Yeah.
If your personality isn't the personality that
Yeah.
like it's just about the sex. Now the sex is over.
Agree.
Okay, I see producer signaling like, so yeah, it's time for me to go. I think
Overall, I think it's agreed that sex is important. Period. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh,
It plays a role. It's
Of
important.
course, it does play a role.
20% is a lot too. 20% is a lot. 20% is a lot.
Yeah, I believe, good sex.
It's healthy. Okay. All right now. Okay.
Don't have imaginations.
Okay. Okay. Okay, all right.
Aboniki warriors.
First of all, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't know all these things that I just set an example.
I don't come a bit as
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's only business you're talking about. But anyway, guys, okay, whatever.
This has been fun.
This is where drama craze. It's time to oops.
This has been fun.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
Thanks for having me, y'all.
Yeah,
next time we have to get a camera producer. That's all I have to say.
No. Yeah.
Because you talk a lot. You have strong opinions, sir.
Yeah.
You talk a lot of shit.
I'm just saying.
Back it up with your face.
I can't say that shit I say.
Okay.
Back it up with
All
your
right.
face. How about that?
All
Back
right.
it up with your face.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. So Jay, just give us your final wrap up so we can wrap it up and just go. Just so that your final 30 seconds advice.
Yeah, I just simply say that relationships are meant to be of acceptance and of values. Right. So literally do not get in a relationship that if someone doesn't meet your values. And that includes, like I said, with everything. In relationship, we're here to experience each other, the different facets of it. So one shouldn't add up another. So I say, yes, sex is important as well as intimacy is important as well as character. Make sure that whoever you blending your spirit with blends. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's my 2 cents.
Oh yeah. For me, I think after everything we spoke about, I think sacrifice is one major thing that we have to highlight. We didn't use that word sacrifice a lot, but
yeah,
it is there. It's the major thing, and people have to understand that. So as much as you are promiscuous, yes, you have tested the heavens and the earth and know what you like.
I don't like the word promiscuous, but keep going. That's for another day.
Okay, well, like you have experienced order, and fortunately for you had a great partner, but they have experienced it. Learn how to sacrifice, learn how to find the balance as well. They also have to find the balance as well. So sacrifice is a key word. They have to learn how to sacrifice.
Empathy is good.
Hey.
I like the empathy.
There you have it. They've said it. Producer, anything?
No.
You have nothing to say.
Okay.
For all your strong opinions.
I know.
Right.
This is where we end. For me personally, I feel like you need to test drive because you don't want to get in a honeymoon and then you are expecting this and then you see this.
I agree. I concur, ma'am.
Man, we're not doing all of that.
I concur.
Yeah, but good sex relaxes your mind. Good love make you touch.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see you same time next week. Peace out.
Bye. I love it.